Happy Sunday. Let me start that over. All right. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. And welcome to today's episode of Shay's Wellness Club Q&A accountability sessions. And we're here today to talk wellness strategy, weight loss strategy, ways to lose weight naturally, way to better our fitness, better our healthy snacks, better our eating habits, and everything in between, from mindset shift to accountability. So, thank you for coming today. You did not find the stream on accident. And I thank you for being here. Okay, we're going to get into some topics today. We're going to talk about, we're going to answer some much asked questions from Wellness Club. And I also want to say, well, I just want to thank you guys for being here. I'm going to start off by saying I pray that today was a great day for you guys. What I love about Sundays is that it's a day of reset. It's a day of just, getting your whole mindset back to what you really need to get taken care of for the week. So I hope that, I'm on your to-do list of Sharday's Wellness Club Sundays between 6:30, but no later than 7. Okay. But yes, we are here live. And I just want to thank you guys. I also want to remind people to make sure that you give gratitude on today. Not to sound all preachy or anything, but you have some things to be thankful for today. So we all have some things to be thankful for today. For those that don't know, I have lost over 60 pounds naturally. And what I do is help people strategize a way to consistently lose weight. But overall, not just lose weight, but better our relationship with food. I encourage, especially us women, to cook more at home and just more mindful, even when we go out to eat. So for the, I'm someone that's been through it, just having to navigate losing weight naturally, which, is not always the easiest thing to do. I am I'm always trying to better my health and wellness, and also, trying to get more fit, trying to lose my overall goal. So for those that don't know, we are doing a wellness challenge every month until September, until the summer, so we can stick to our goal. So a lot of us always asked us to create a goal for ourselves, okay? And a goal without a plan is just a wish, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna write. Well, today is the first of the month, so happy first of the month as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to figure out our numbers. So I always say this to my wellness warriors. And if you haven't already, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. But what we do in the first of the month, I try not to emphasize trying to really to me, I'd rather not weigh myself, so to speak. So what us wellness warriors are doing, we're going to do our weigh-in today and tomorrow. We're going to be getting our weight for the month, so we know where we're going to start. We're also going to get together a good grocery list. If we haven't went to the grocery store this weekend, we're going to go and do a fresh grocery list, for the store. And we're gonna also we're gonna start our challenge this week. So I was thinking of doing a Stairmaster challenge for the Wellness Club, where you could do at least 3 minimum. I don't want to say 2 because I want to challenge us. So I want to do a minimum at least 2. Well, if you can't do 2, that's great too. If 3 is too hard, but I want us to do a minimum of 3 days on the Stairmaster, up to 5 a week, right? Or 10,000 steps a day. Okay. So I'm going to be on this challenge with you guys. We're going to do our step challenge. Well, it's the Stairmaster too. The reason why I picked the Stairmaster is because it is really the best of burning calories. And also, it's really good to shape your overall body. The Stairmaster has helped my back shape some, my booty lift, my legs get thick and strong looking, and all that good jazz. So I encourage anyone that's wanting to come with me on this Stairmaster challenge. Let's do this, okay? We start tomorrow. Okay, so the Stairmaster challenge, basically, we are going to be, or if you cannot do the Stairmaster, I want you to at least do 5 minutes. No, we're going to challenge ourselves. I need my ladies especially, but the guys too. I see the guys on the Stairmaster too. I want us to do at least 10 minutes on the Stairmaster every day for 2 to 5 days a week, okay? 4, is a sweet spot, because you don't have to do it every day. You don't have to do it every day back to back. You could spread it out. But what we're going to do is we are going to see the transformation that the machine does do for us. Okay. I'm going to also be answering some questions live here. And I also want to welcome our new wellness members to Shay's Wellness Club. I appreciate you being here. I thank you guys for checking us out on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, everywhere else. This is going to be a really slimming, cooking, glowing from the within type of year, and I see that for all of us watching this, everyone that's listening to me right now. We have everything in us to be successful, and when it comes to our health, that's the number one thing. Like I always say, every billionaire, trillionaire will tell you, no matter how much money you have, nothing beats having a healthy body, having a healthy mind and soul as well. So Shay's Wellness Club is all about overall wellness, mind, body, and soul. Why ain't this? Oh. Okay, so I want to tell you guys a story today. So today I was, going to my usual place, and after my gathering, I always like to talk, after church and stuff. And this woman, we were talking about how we were talking about vitamins, and I don't know how we got on the subject of vitamins. I don't know if she saw me post my vitamins before or what, but I say that I take about, I would say about 5 or 6 different vitamins a day. And when I told someone that, they were like, wow, that's a lot. But okay. So when someone asked me that, I take about 5 to 6 vitamins a day. And if you would like the list of the vitamins I take, that's fine as well. I do overall, but you can never go wrong with just your main 4. If you just take 4 main ones and eat the rest, meaning I don't take like omega-3s. I don't take the fish oil pills because I eat a lot of fish, like a lot of salmon, a lot of eat salmon every week type of thing. So, it's with that. Or if, you need something for hair, skin, and nails, eat a lot of leafy green vegetables. If you, something We can go all day with this. But we went on when we were talking about vitamins. I was explaining to her because there's so many different ones. There's like 50, 60, 100 different ones. So no, don't take all those at once. One, you should always take a multivitamin. I think that's a great overall starter. Even if you just take that, you can't go wrong. Um, Mind you, this is all fair use advice. I am not a licensed dietitian. I'm just letting people know what works for me and things that I observe. So when I was telling her that, she was like, "Oh wow, I gotta work up my way to that." And to me, it's second nature to take vitamins in the morning because I take it with my detox. And my wellness worries know what I be putting in my detox. And if you need that, let me know as well. But when I take my detox in the morning, I take my vitamins like second nature. So this older woman, she had to be probably in her 70s or 80s. And she said, "Oh, well, my doctor told me I don't have to take any vitamins, I don't need no vitamins and stuff like that." And then I was like, I wanted to ask her again. I'm like, maybe I like listened to it wrong. So I was like, "Oh, what did your doctor say?" And she was like, "Yeah, my doctor said I don't need to take vitamins, or I don't have to take vitamins at all." And I was like, "Okay, so what foods did the doctor say you could take instead of vitamins then?" And she said, "I don't think they said anything about that." And in my head, and I low-key probably told her too, I don't know if she heard me, but I'm like, they want us on medications. They want us on prescriptions so they can keep getting paid more. Okay? And that's just fair use only. That's just my opinion. Not professional advice. I personally think, especially when it came out, and I still have to look at the article about doctors not having a nutritional background. So with that being said, and that lady saying, "Well, so if I'm asking about vitamins, my second thought would be to suggest, instead of vitamins, it really does help that you have a better diet, making sure you're eating clean, making sure you're eating the right protein, something." She said, "No." So I just always suggest to just look into vitamins and what works for you. If you have like knee pain and joint pain, there's something for that. If you're someone that has a lot of acne or hormone issues, there's something, a vitamin for that. I take a hair, skin, and nails vitamin. I do magnesium, just all kinds of stuff that helps with your mood, that naturally helps with your digestion, that probiotics are great for us as well. So this stuff is really something really to get into. It's just hearing that from someone that said that a doctor said they didn't have to take it at all is like, I've asked the doctor myself recently, not a primary doctor or anything, but I asked the doctor. And they said, now I took it back too, that you don't have to take so many. And I can understand that. Why are we taking 10, 12 different vitamins? So I definitely suggest picking a core 3 to 4 vitamins. More than that, it just really depends on what your real needs are. Another thing, we can't take vitamins without actually working out and eating clean to help those vitamins. Just like if you're taking medications, the medications are going to be not really going to do much for you if you don't eat right and exercise with it. Then you're just taking pills to take pills. But with that being said, that just was a story that happened to me today. And I'm like, wow, it's more and more people that's not encouraging this. It's more and more people not really talking about eating healthy and wellness and stuff. One, these doctors are way too busy and overwhelmed. Two, A lot of us don't really listen anyway. So that even if they would have said it the first couple times, after a while, these people are overwhelmed and tired, and they're just trying to get their check most of the time. So they're not gonna really be emphasizing, hey, take your vitamins, make sure you eat your apple a day. I never even heard of anyone say eat an apple a day to keep the doctor away, because what? It would keep a doctor away. A simple apple can help with your digestion. It can help with your skin. It can help with your just overall mood, everything. So of course they're not going to say, eat your apple today to keep the doctor away, because what? We need doctors, right? But anyways, I digress. So we're going to go into some answering questions that people have been sending me. And feel free to comment below any questions you may have, and stuff of that nature, and let me know. But that really tripped me out today. I was like, your doctor said you ain't got to take none, but prescribing you all these pills? Like, I cannot wait to go to the doctor with my grandmother soon. And, I encourage anyone that's physically able to go to the doctor with their parent or grandparent, do that. Even if it's not once a month. If you can, once a month would be great. But if you could do it once every quarter, once every 2-3 months, something like that. One, these doctors need to know that there's people that care about their parents. You know what I mean? People that have involved family members get taken care of better. And I see this from experience. I've seen people that don't get taken care of, don't get checked up on. I see it in that parent or grandparent. And it's sad because these doctors really like, oh, well, they ain't finna check. They ain't finna check me if they don't see nothing. You know what I mean? And this is not just with doctor's visits. This is with nursing homes. This is with senior living centers and everything like that. So, okay. It's really a sad thing to see. But if I can encourage anyone that's listening to this on whichever platform you're watching this on, my wellness warriors and everyone else, I encourage you to go to the doctor with your parent, your grandparent, at least one time this quarter or this year for sure. And it's February, so this is the beginning of the year. Try to do something different. Do we feel like it? No. It might even be, well, I'm not gonna say take off work for it, but if you can make it happen, do it. Send your kid, I don't know. Because it really helps when someone else is there to ask questions. Because the older people especially hear these big words and they're like, okay, can I go home now? They're not asking, wait, what is this for? What are the side effects? Over time, how long do I have to take it? How long am I supposed to be on this? After a certain point of time, and how long do I have till I have to? No one's asking, okay, how long am I supposed to be on this stuff? So you're to tell me I'm taking this blood pressure medication for 5-10 years and no one's asking questions? I've been taking blood pressure medicine, metformin at that. And 5-10 years, and you didn't think about, how long am I supposed to be on this stuff? I'm just saying. It's good to ask questions because, there's really no stupid questions, especially when it comes to a doctor. I don't care how stupid I might sound or might look. I'm definitely going to ask questions for not just me, but for my family and for the person that needs to hear it from a doctor, especially from someone like they're not going to hear you. It literally sometimes, especially our elderly people that are set in their ways, has to hear it straight from a doctor's mouth in order for them to even believe it as fact. So if you can encourage your doctor to say, hey, what is something that my grandparent can, or my mother or my father can take that will make them feel better or eat, Okay, because I used to have to pull that out of my mom's doctor. I'm like, I got to pull out of you that she should, or what happens if she smokes cigarettes and she doesn't stop? What are the side effects of that? Oh, well, that can cause her lungs to overwork themselves and la 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 and da la la. Okay, so why do I have to? You don't tell her that already? I don't know. It just seems like when you pull out certain answers from doctors, um, it's almost like a shock to your loved one, like they've never said it before. And like, you've been going to the doctor how long and they didn't tell you this? Anyways, my ran a little over. So we're gonna go over some questions today on seeking guidance in our wellness journey. So someone came and asked, okay, do you guys want the food questions or the exercise questions? Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna start with the movement and exercise questions. someone someone asked, do I really need to work out hard to see results? Um, you don't have to over exaggerate yourself in order to see results. All you need is consistency in whatever movement you're doing. If you're doing push-ups, consistently do push-ups. Slow and steady helps the muscles the best and makes it form the best as well. Working out hard, you do not have to lift 100 pounds in order to see results. Consistency with 20 pounds can do the same thing. Consistency in all this is key. Do I really need to work out hard to see results? Because you can really do a lot as long as you're consistent. Pick 3 to 4 workouts and do your sets with those. A upper body day, a lower body day, a full body day, maybe even 2 full body days, a upper body day, a lower body day, and then a ab day too, like a stomach day. A lot of people ask me, see, Sharday, the thing is, I want to lose my stomach, but that's it. I don't want to lose my thighs. I don't want to lose my booty and stuff. I just want to lose the stomach. Well, I was like that too. And I'm still like that. I'm like, that's all I want to lose right now. But it all has to connect together. All got to match, right? So we have to work the full body in the best capacity possible to see the results. Now, you can emphasize on stomach workouts, but you're still going to have to work out the overall body. That's how so many of these BBL girls have a booty but don't match their thighs, or have a flat stomach but a big arms. You know what I mean? And it's like, you got to work it all together. You got to make sure, of course, you're doing cardio, but doing cardio alone, that's what's going to get you deflated and overly skinny, if that's a thing. Because some people have asked me, well, I don't want to get skinny. I do not want to get skinny. I just want to get down to 200 pounds and then just have my booty growing like that and stuff. You can get fit and sexy, but you got to add weights to the cardio. Cardio is just going to help you lose. If you do cardio, just cardio, it's going to help you lose, yes, the fat, but then the muscle's going to go with it. But what does the muscle do? The muscle is what makes us look sexy. The muscle is what makes our back look good. The muscle is what our booty, it helps to keep it looking like it's sitting up like 2 bunk beds. That's what helps the body form the way we want it to be, not just cardio. Okay. If I would have known that when I was at my smallest, I would have been probably not. I wouldn't have been like Tiana Taylor or nothing, but I would look real sculpted with my little frame. I would have been real sculpted. Anyways, but yes, I hope that helped. So someone asked, if I hate the gym, is walking enough? Yes, but it depends on how much you are walking. I wouldn't say yes completely. Walking is the cheapest, easiest, most relaxing exercise to me there is. Because when it comes to walking, especially, I know it's cold out, but especially if you walk outside, you have, especially if you don't like be on your phone and don't have no earphones, but really be outside walking. That is great for your mental health. That's really great for your cardiovascular system. That's great for walking. It's good for your butt. It's good for your, it's just walk doing the whole body basically. So um if you can walk 10, if you walk 10K steps a day, you could definitely lose weight that way. I used to walk, especially when I used to work at the warehouse, when I used to work at Whole Foods, being a personal shopper for people. I used to walk at least 10 steps a day, period. But granted, I didn't have a car, so I walked to and from the bus. And then I walked 15 minutes after the bus to walk. So, I mean, it just really plays a role. But if you want to get a stair stepper, not a stair stepper, if you're someone that is interested in a walking pad, which is basically a treadmill you can have at home, inbox me and I would love to send you a link to a walking pad, because I think I was in the house 3 or 4 days from the snowstorm, and I was able to get 4 miles in. 2 days I worked out at home and I got 4 miles in. So I still was able to get my steps even though I was at home. And that was all thanks to the walking pad. That was a game changer. So I'm gonna do one more movement question. How do I stay active when I'm tired, busy, or unmotivated? Well, you're gonna be tired till the day you die. Yes, we are. We're going to be tired. We're going to be tired. We're going to be tired. How many of us are tired just when we sleep too much? You know what I mean? So we're going to be tired regardless. Now, overwhelmed is different, but how do I stay active when I'm tired, busy, or unmotivated? The unmotivated part, you don't need motivation. That feeling is a fleeting concept. I'm not telling you guys right now, but you don't need the motivation to stay fit and active, because the motivation is going to be when you come back home and you be like, whew, I'm so glad I still went. Because I promise you, every time you go to the gym or work out at home or take that walk outside and you don't, and you come back, you don't feel like you come back, you be like, man, I'm so glad I did that. Now you don't feel guilty for not going. Your mind is more clear and sharp. You are less likely, your mood is more likely awesome, and you feel better and you sleep better and harder as well. So, if you're unmotivated, that's going to happen. Okay. Make sure that we do what the tips that I was suggesting, where we put our picture of our biggest self or our smallest self as our screensaver. I've definitely done that. I've put a picture of when I was my biggest self, and the picture, I have 3 main photos. Okay. That's how I stay inspired. Motivated is all right, but inspired makes me keep going. Makes me like, okay, is the picture of a picture of me at my biggest self, and that picture is me dressed up in, I was like a dark angel or something for Halloween, and I show that picture all the time on social media of me, just my rolls. I can count them from the side. I see how big my under chin was. I had double chin. My cheeks was all up here, Take the worst photo of you that you can't stand. Take that photo, your body goals photo, whether that's you at your smallest, your most fit, or a body goals of someone that you aspire to be. And everybody knows who my favorite body goals is, and that is Megan Thee Stallion. So I have a picture of her in a 2-piece swimsuit when I go to the gym every time. I don't even care how it looks because I got close. Not to her body, but hey, if you get close enough, that's okay with me. I ain't got to be perfect. And this journey does not have to be perfect, you guys. So I have that. And then I have a picture of me when I was my most fit and I looked my best. And that was me in the summertime. I was wearing this two-piece brown outfit. And I was looking at myself in the mirror at the gym and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not wearing a waist trainer. And it looks like I'm wearing a waist trainer. That is my body goals, where I look like I have on a shaper, but I'm not. That's my body. So, whatever your motivation is in this journey, you're going to just learn what really motivates you, what's inspiring you. And everyone's different. That's why I love Shay's Wellness Club, because we do a customized approach to things. We're like, what do you want to do? What is your goal? What makes you excited? Okay. And then we implement that, we amplify it, and we, make it happen. Okay. So we're going to go to food and eating habits. I wish I could warm this up some more. Then if I warm this up some more, I'm so mad it tastes like soap. But if we warm this up some more, it's going to be too hot. But this warms me up. So I guess I'm going to do that real quick. Leave me alone. Yes, I still have it up. My birthday just passed. Anyways, I'll leave y'all. Be right back. I'm going to warm up my mushroom coffee. What I like about mushroom coffee, and inbox me if you want a thing for this. But yes, I'll be back. Did you miss me? Okay, let me stop. Okay. Okay. We're at 33. Sorry, y'all, but it's cold. It'd be cold here. So I'll be having my little blanket like I'm a home what? Work from home job. This is how I used to be when I used to work from home job. Oh my gosh, that was crazy time. Anyways, see the smoke. All right, now it's too hot, but that's cool because I need this to warm me up. Anyways, so we're gonna go to the food and eating habits. So how do I eat? Okay, so the question was, how do I eat for my future health? How do I eat for my future health and not just weight loss? This is the most beautiful question I have ever gotten. I love this question. How do I eat for my future health and not just weight loss? Well, the more you think about your future, the more you're going to want to be healthy. What I mean by that is you eating healthy now, you won't, well, less likely, I'm not going to say you won't, but less likely have to feel the effects later. So lately I've been seeing content around a guy in a wheelchair, and the guy says in the wheelchair, if I only had worried about my fitness when I was older, you know, because when we don't work our muscles, well, I mean, even the main part, if you don't use it, you lose it, right? So if you're not working your muscles, if you're not eating healthy, if you're not, being mobile all the time, if the only place you go throughout the whole week is church, or the only place you go throughout the week is one place, and you stay at home, you stay on the couch, you stay in your chair, you stay watching the same TV, you stay watching the trash TV that a lot of us watch. If you're watching the same news station every day, all day, every single segment, 6 o'clock news, 11 o'clock news, 12 o'clock news, 9 o'clock news, 10 o'clock news, you watching that all day, you are bound to develop bad habits from that. Because why? You're not moving. Something that the pandemic should have taught a lot of us is moving is so important, no matter what stage of life you're in. If you're an elderly person in your 80s, it's nothing to just for 10 minutes a day, just I'm gonna stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down. You know what I mean? Movement is going to be so important to enjoy our golden years. Because think about it. Most of us are working every day. Every day. A lot of people are overworking. I used to work 40 hours of overtime for like a month straight. I used to work, and I mean, that was kind of illegal, low key, but I have worked before every day for a month, and I did that for probably 2 or 3 months. Okay, because especially when I was a supervisor, or anything, but that's a lot. And men work way harder than that, right? Well, most men. I'm not saying women don't, but work so much harder than that. And to just realize going through all of that, and then we get to retirement age. Retirement is supposed to be, we worked hard, our 20s, our 30s, our 40s, our 50s. It is time to relax. But then we can't enjoy our retirement because what? We're on these medications that makes us we can't move as much. We can't run after our grandkids. We can't run after our kids. Everybody be in their ways. And there's this story of this man. He did a YouTube video for his 95th birthday. And it was talking about how he wants to leave a message for the younger generation, and not the things that I would have did differently type of thing. But he's, after a certain age, you kind of see the end coming soon. He's 95. So he's very well aware that, this is a video that's probably going to be one of his last videos. So he put a lot of thought into what he was trying to say and everything. And he was talking about how his friend came to him. He was a hardworking guy. He used to miss his friend and him. They both used to work at the same company. And his friend, and they always used to try to get promoted, and stuff like that. And his friend used to work so hard. He used to do long nights, super early mornings. He would miss his kids' games. He would miss some anniversaries to have to make it up. He would work himself to death. And finally, when he reached retirement, or about to, he said, all right, I got about 6 months to a year. I'm retiring, and I'm about to take my wife on whatever he saved up so much money from, being successful. He saved all his money and was like, Fred, I'm going to say his name. well, a name. Said, Fred, man, these next 6 months, I can't wait for it to be over. I'm gonna work this. We have so much saved up. I'm gonna take my wife to see the world. We can finally travel and stuff. And the kids are, I don't know, they might have been empty nesters as well. But after he talked to his friend about 2 months in, and this man was in his 40s. He worked 10 years straight just hustling, a white man, not that it matters, but a lot of us can relate to this story. Just working, hustling, saving, not doing no trips, missing out on big moments in kids' lives and stuff like that. Because it's all worth it, because at the end, when I'm able to retire, I'll be able to enjoy it all. And then when those 2 months went by after he told him that, I can't wait to retire, well, he had a massive heart attack. And he kind of broke down telling that story because that was his friend that he loved dearly. He knew how hard he worked and everything, and to retire in your 40s, you made some good money. But his message was to not put everything in a job, to not put everything in a career to where you missing life goals of your kids, life-changing moments, anniversaries you can't get back, stuff like that. And that's what brings me to say that staying active is so important. Because he didn't work on his fitness. All he cared about was work. All he cared about was make his quota. All he cared, not all he cared about, but that was his main focus. Just once I accomplish this, I'll be happy. But then we didn't realize you got to find happiness along your journey. And that's why I talk about this wellness journey is so important, because you have to enjoy the journey while you get there. You can't be like, oh, once I lose this weight, I'm going to be so happy. Just like when you think you're going to reach a certain amount of financial wealth, you're going to be so happy. But then you realize, okay, what next? No. You have to enjoy this journey as it goes. The ups and the downs and all that around, okay? The people you lose from bettering your fitness, your health, your eating habits, taking away habits and stuff. The sadness of that. You're going to have to go through the learning what makes you gain weight, what doesn't. You learning that what exercises work best for you, which ones don't. You got to, sometimes work through being embarrassed or feeling silly at the gym just for you to get comfortable eventually. Taking you out of your comfort zone. It's all part of the journey. And it's important to go through it. That's why I help people I help people post operations and stuff. But, I'm trying to prevent as many people getting on the table as possible. My goal is to help prevent as many people going under the knife as possible. Just to think that I've lost 60 pounds. And some people, no matter how, I don't want to say no matter how big, but no matter what stage you're in, 60 pounds is 60 pounds you didn't have to get cut out of you. Or if that makes any sense, I don't know. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But I remember when I was younger and people would ask me, so you would never get surgery? And the fact that they asked me was like, that never ever crossed my mind. One, that's just expensive thing. Surgery is more expensive than going to the grocery store. It's more expensive than getting a trainer. It's more expensive than going to the gym by yourself. It's more expensive than going walking. It's more expensive than getting a strategist. It's way more expensive than getting a meal plan for a month or two. It's more expensive than getting a personal trainer for maybe 6 months. Why would I skip all those cheaper resources just to cut corners and have to do those things anyway? Because when you get on the table, when you get those surgeries, what do you got to do to maintain it? You got to work out. You got to get a meal plan. You got to better your, cook more. You got to learn all that anyway. So how about I just learned how to do this myself? Okay. And that's what I love about Shay's Wellness Club. We are a community that's learning together. Okay. And if you're someone that's struggling with your weight loss journey, with your wellness journey, even your mindset, some people really don't realize or think that they could do it. And if you're watching this right now, I promise you can. Whether it's 20 pounds, whether it's 50 pounds, whether it's 100 pounds, you have everything in you to lose the weight. Now, am I saying that you don't need surgery at all? Because I do believe in skin removal surgery, stuff like that. But like when it comes to at least 60 pounds, I can definitely help you along the way. Okay? I can help you better your relationship with food. I can help you realize that the reason you're eating the way you're eating is because you're sad about someone that passed away. And you need to get through that in order to get through your food problem. Stuff like that. Someone asked, why do I turn to food when I'm stressed or emotional? And that's the best question for this segment right here. So we turn to food when we're stressed and emotional is because we don't want to deal with our emotions. Being emotionally intelligent is going to be a big part of this wellness journey. We're going to have tough skin for people saying crazy stuff to us, whether it's good or bad, backhanded or front-handed. Oh, you don't got to lose all that weight. You don't got to do that diet like that all the time. You just went to the gym 3 times this week. What are you going again for? You got to really get through the BS of the weight loss journey as well. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say it's easy, that you're going to that you're going to keep all your friends and that everybody's going to love you when you lose weight. It's actually been harder since I lost weight to keep friends, because not keep friends, but it's just you really see who's really been enabling stuff and who secretly wanted you to fail. And that's something that the journey is just going to teach you. And I'm not going to say this happens to everyone, but majority of the time, there's always someone in a friend group, unless you just only have 2-3 friends in life. And there's nothing wrong with having more than that. Life is about people. It's all about finding the right people. There's real, genuine, happy, positive people in the world, because I know a lot of people that have gotten burned on, I only got 2 friends. I don't need no million friends. If I got loyal friends, then you've won. But you don't need just 1 or 2. That's good to have 1 or 2. But life is about people and experiences. And it's good to have a healthy group of friends. Sometimes people can't always stay with you, and that's cool. What was the question? How do I stop feeling guilty after eating? That would depend on what you've eaten. If I ate too much, but my plate or my meal was healthy, I don't feel really guilty about it. But overindulgence and stuff like that, it does happen. Especially us on our cycle, stuff like that. We just have to do better the next day. Okay? We just have to do better. And we just can't we have to give ourselves grace as well. Mm-mm. I don't want it to get cold. I also want to introduce, I want to introduce my coworker, my co-star of the evening, my big bottle of water. If you need one of these, this is a gallon. I thought this was closed all the way. Anyways, but it's water. This I was gonna, because it reads at 1 gallon at the bottom. Anyways, this is a gallon of water that it's so important, especially for men too, because y'all men don't drink enough water either. But it is imperative that we drink half of our body weight in ounces. So for me, that's a gallon. Over a gallon is a little overboard. If you stick to a gallon, a half a gallon at least of water, your skin will help you. Not your skin will help you. Your skin will thank you. Your hair will grow really good and strong. Nails grow a lot faster too. Like, can y'all see how much my nails have grown from my hair, skin, and nails vitamins and drinking water? And I don't think my birthday's been 2 weeks yet, has it? Anyways, water. But yes. Being emotionally intelligent is going to be so important in this journey, because we really have to be honest with ourselves. One, what is our weight? Let me be honest. What is my weight? I'm going to get on the scale. Best time to get on the scale, to me, first thing in the morning. Use the bathroom first. Do it naked if you can, okay? And take that scale, write down the number, and that's our weigh-in for this month. And everyone that's in the wellness club, and I'll be also, unless we're on our cycle, because we know that it's a little different on our cycles, ladies. But if we're on our cycle, then we do it after our cycle, because weight gets weirder on our cycles because we're carrying more water. But making sure we're doing our weigh-in. We have 5 months till the summertime. We need to get a plan together now. We need to get a strategy created now. And if you're looking for a strategy, if you need help with like meal prep ideas, healthy snack swap ideas, skinny girl plate ideas and stuff like that, I've been doing those. Inbox me. Let's set up a strategy session. I am doing a complimentary first session for all wellness members. And for the first, about 15 minutes to get a strategy started. And then if you need longer than that, let me know. But we could definitely get this together by my plan. I will. Okay. This journey is also going to be all about emotional intelligence, personal development, and self-confidence. Okay? We're going to be confident as heck. We'll be low-key delusional. When I tell you, when I was at one of my best body forms, I kept telling myself, I'm 135. I'm 135. I'm 135. And I got to like 146, I think. No, I think I got to 143. And that's when I messed up and got shot back up. But I kept putting in my head every day, daily affirmations if you have to. I have a small waist. I have a pretty face. I have clear skin. I have a big booty. I have strong arms and legs. I have a toned back and arms. Whatever you have to tell yourself every day to put it to your universe, and then your mind is going to follow suit. Your body's going to follow suit. Because baby, I got so close. And now but I did stop saying the affirmations to myself. So it's really all a part of putting this in your mind. I am going to lose the weight that I want. I am going to better my relationship with food. I am going to learn meals I can cook at home that are easy. There are such things as 15-minute meals, quick 15-minute snacks, 30-minute meals, less than an hour meals for you and the family. Because guess what? You can make your family eat good too and find things that they enjoy and they like that are healthy. My girl Jessica, but hey, and it's such an important thing to just stay mindful of. This is gonna be once you get the self-confidence, you're gonna be like, man, you're gonna go into that gym, be like, what are we doing today? Okay, we're working on the booty, working on those legs, bam, you got leg day. Then wow, you got the back, and then you're gonna get the arms, and it's gonna be a consistent thing to where you're gonna even forget you had a goal. And when you come on like month 3, 2, you're gonna be like, wait a minute, I see a little form right here. Wait a minute, I see my butt getting a little bigger. It's a little lifted now. Okay. And it's gonna make you want to keep going. It's gonna make you want to keep going hard, especially once you eat the right things to make the workouts look even better. When I eat avocados, when I eat more salads, when I eat more fruits and vegetables, oh my gosh, my skin looks better. Everything just looks better. And soon you'll do that in second nature. It's going to be just something that you're going to do regardless. Just like earlier when I said that someone said, wow, I don't take vitamins every day. I definitely don't do it like second nature. Once you get a consistent routine going, you're going to do a lot of things second nature. Like, I didn't think I'd be going to the gym 5 times a week. Now it's like, I almost want to go 6. It's to the point where when I don't go to the gym, I'm like, man, I kind of miss going. And no, I don't want to do it at home. I don't. People ask, why don't you like going to the gym? Why don't you like working out at home? Why do you pick the gym over at home? It holds me more accountable. There's so much inspiration when I go to the gym. I be in my own little world with my earphones, yes. But when I see someone with a banging body, I be like, oh, I can't wait to get my arms like that. Oh, I can't wait to get I'm like, dang, she's going hard on that Stairmaster. Well, I remember the first time I was at Edge, actually. I might have been at Edge. I don't know. But when I was going to the gym, because I'm on level 9 now, right? I do 20 minutes on the Stairmaster, level 9. I might have used to do level 10, but I don't know. I'm going to progress to that level this year, though, because every year I try to do more. And you should always challenge yourself when it comes to cardio or lifting weights. So I saw this Caucasian girl. She was so pretty, pretty blonde hair, perky boobs, all that. She had the cutest little outfit on, and she was no arms on the Stairmaster, and she was going too. And I was like, man, I wonder what level she on. So I was kind of like trying to go at her pace. And when I went beep, beep, trying to go slowly to her pace, beep, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm like, dang, she passed 7, beep, beep. And I'm like, oh, dang, okay. That's that. I'm gonna get there. And then when I eventually got to that level, thanks to that person, they kind of low-key challenged me. That's why when I'm at the gym, sometimes, and then I just love the gym culture. And someone didn't know what I meant by that when I said it recently about gym culture. Gym culture is a real thing because people will help you when they see you struggling. People will help you with your form if you let them. Because I don't take things personal. I remember this, me trying to do RDL. I was doing it wrong. My friends helped me, like my trainer friends helped me sometimes. Shout out to Shonda, or even at the gym. Like this one girl saw me try to do a Bulgarian lifts or whatever, and she helped me. Like, okay, you gotta put your hip out. You gotta push it, and then, and she said, do it, and then push up. Do it, and then push up. And then when she did that, I was like, wow, thank you. A complete stranger completely perfected and helped my routine. So it's a really cool thing to see that, like, especially us Black people seeing each other do that to, help each other out. I was doing a bench press, like doing these, and I was wobbly. And the person said, hey, this is my trick. Is it okay I tell you? I said, yes, please tell me. So they told me, yes, use this finger to press up. Instead of trying to use all your hand, use certain parts of your hand. And that way your bar is steady. Like, I'm like, okay. So I like the gym for those reasons. I like people, and now that I go to a consistent gym consistently, people know my name. I say hi to certain people, even people I never even like said a conversation to or said hi to. We be waving and stuff like morning. It's like people are used to seeing you. You're used to seeing them. They say, oh, they going hard today. Let me go hard today too. Like it's just a cool vibe. It takes time to get there, but once you get there, that's like, yeah. Because at home it's too familiar. You can, you can be lazy. You can scroll on your phone, stuff like that. And I'm like, at the gym, I'm like, nope. Let me stop. Let me do my set. Let me not stick in this spot for too long just from scrolling. You know what I mean? Okay, and I'm gonna do a couple more questions. Oh wow, okay. This is a vulnerable question that kind of hit deep for me too. So I'm so glad they asked this. Let me I don't know. Okay. So someone asked, wait, what did I do with it? Okay. Because this is a good question. Let me stop. Wait. The question is, how do I become, wait, how do I forgive myself for letting my health slip? The question was, how do I forgive myself for letting my health slip? And I think that's a great question because we really have to give ourselves grace. Okay. The fact that you even want to better yourself, the fact that you're taking the steps to join Shay's Wellness Club, reaching out to me for strategy sessions, joining the community on shayswellnessclub.com, just by saying, hey, how can I do better with my food habits? Or, hey, what's a meal service you suggest that I use? Or, okay, I need help. Just by knowing and acknowledging that we need help with our wellness and fitness and our overall, well-being is such a powerful move in itself. So you have to give yourself grace. You have to forgive yourself, because if you don't, you're just going to hold yourself back and not put your all into it, because you're going to think in your head, oh, I'm just going to mess up anyway. Oh, I'm just going to, I never stick to nothing. No, we're going to go into this mindset part of it where you're going to win, because you're going to keep coming here every Sunday. You're going to keep asking your questions. You're going to keep doing better that Monday. You're going to keep doing better the next day, to where that day 1 goes into day 60. And that day 60, you're going to be way better off than your day 1. Whether it's your mindset, whether you feel it in your body, whether your mood is better, whether you're more clear in your head, whether you're more sharp, all of it. It just takes that day 1. It just takes one day to say, I'm not making any more excuses. All it takes is that one day where you stop making excuses. I promise nothing, not the amount of money you make, not your job, the kids, the spouse, the parents, the grandparents, the family, nothing is more important than your health. Because how are you going to help your family if you're not healthy? How are you going to help your kids be the best kids possible if you're not healthy enough to guide them, to give them good advice? How are you going to be there for your spouse if you can't help them to be healthy? As for example, as a wife or a mother, as a wife or a mother, if you don't cook them good meals for your husband or your kids, what happens? They get sick more often. I'm not talking about from outside. I'm saying you single-handedly can build your whole household's immune system just by you cooking better, having better snacks, having knowing how to drink tea when you don't feel right, knowing how to navigate a cold or a flu without having to get a shot for it. We are so powerful in our own right that we have to forgive ourselves. We have to forgive ourselves for our past mistakes. How come Nicki Minaj just say, "Hey, what you doing?" Like she just texts me, girl. That's her on Twitter. Sorry, y'all. Um, like we have to forgive ourselves for the guilt of not being for not knowing. We're just ignorant. We didn't know. We didn't know that if we kept smoking month after month after month, that it would turn into something. We didn't know that drinking consistently every weekend for a year was gonna make us big. And we didn't know that if we didn't eat our vitamins, we should take vitamins so we can have more energy throughout the day instead of over consuming caffeine and over consuming other things. Like we didn't know. And we have to give each other grace for learning now. And when we know better, we do better. And that's what I love about Shay's Wellness Club. I'm helping us hold each other accountable because this is important for all of us. And if you're someone that's looking for a wellness strategist, someone to help you specifically with your own personalized wellness plan when it comes to food swaps, where it comes to meal plans, when it comes to stuff like that, feel free to reach out. I'm Shay, the Wellness Club, the wellness strategist, here to help you guys and everybody better our relationship with food and lose weight naturally and enjoy our golden years. Okay. We can't enjoy all this money if we're not healthy. Who wants to spend all this? Then once we reach to a level of success, who wants to give all our money to doctors and treatments and stuff like that? It's time to get ourselves together now so we can enjoy time later. Okay. Thank you for that question. Please continue on sending in your questions to Shay's Wellness Club and to Shay Cuts, Sharday, Monroe, to be exact. I'm here to help you always and continue to send me in your meals that you've been cooking. And next week, if someone comments or if you made it to this far and want to see a cooking demonstration for next week, comment below, meal or cook for it or cook or let's do something. And we're gonna do a meal. We're gonna do a meal next week. So with that being said, thank you guys for joining. I love you guys. Stay positive. Make someone smile. Don't take things personal. And keep God first, because He helps you through this as well. Love you guys. Bye. Have a great day, guys.